Let's watch
Hey
it.
everyone, SafeLocked here on behalf of the league team. We have a lot to cover today, including our plans for preseason, challenges, and game modes. But first, let's talk about the state of the game.
Cool, let's do it.
Dive into a topic that's been pretty popular lately, which is new champion balance. When we look at the data, we actually see that new champions have been pretty balanced on release this year, with the exception of Dr. Mundo. That said, there's more to healthy
Was
gameplay
he too
than
good
just
or
win
too
rates,
bad? I
and we're
don't
still
even
hearing that
know.
new champions feel unfair to play against, particularly when it comes to complex abilities or overloaded kits. If we're being completely honest, we don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall. But that being said, there have been times when we've given new champions too many tools and had to pull back later to give them more clear weaknesses. For example, Samira's ability to dash to allies was removed because it provided too much safety. Combined with her missile blocker, it made seeing her too difficult, especially since that's one of her main forms of counterplay. Another thing we consider when we hear a champion feels bad to play against is their intended complexity. We try to make a healthy mix of high, medium, and low complexity champions. In this way, whether you like mechanical skill expression, point and click simplicity, or something in between, there's a new champion that interests you. For example, with Vex, we wanted to create a champion that was fairly easy to pick up, and we're happy to see she's hitting that mark. But beyond just how complex a champion is to play, there's also how difficult they are to understand. We want new champions to have unique gameplay, but you
This is
shouldn't
so
something
boring.
you haven't always hit the mark on, especially with champions who
Okay.
a wide variety of picks in every role. We've also seen a healthy improvement in diversity of playstyles across roles, especially in jungle and top lane. Some of this is due to direct champion changes, such as the kit adjustments that enable picks like Jungle Darius, Brand, and Morgana. New items like Anathema's Change and Hullbreaker have also had positive impact, especially in top lane where we're seeing a ton of champion diversity.
This is literally so crazy and boring. Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Brightman, the lead producer of gameplay on League of Legends. League is like a house. Sometimes we need to do a big renovation.
Awesome.
Let's start with our plans for items. While some champions and classes have lots of build options, we've still got others that don't feel like they've got a mythic or legendary that really speaks to them. So we're going to be adding some new items and tweaking some others. This
Good.
will include 2 new mythic items. The first one is a support tank item, perfect for champions that want to get aggressive and charge into the middle of a fight.
Wow, guys,
When you
we're 1
immobilize
year
an enemy
late.
champion, all nearby enemies will take increased damage from your team.
Wait, what?
When you immobilize an enemy champion,
Oh,
all nearby enemies will take increased damage from your team for
Okay.
a short period of time.
nice, cool.
The second new mythic item is built for mages. We're looking for a little more survivability. It grants damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds after you get hit, and while the protection holds,
Nice.
you'll also get ability haste. We think it'll be particularly good for longer range mages who need a
Nice.
mythic that helps them survive a dive rather than pile on extra
Really
damage.
glad they're adding this.
When we updated League's item system, we wanted to give every champion
Assassin
strategic
players are
choices
fucking
in
losers
every
who have no
game.
skill.
We still think that's the right goal for mythics, but our thinking has changed when it comes to legendary items. We think it's okay if some champions build the same legendary in most games if it's a perfect fit. But we also want you to have plenty of options, which is why we're improving legendaries for mages, assassins, and tanks. For example, assassins can look forward to a new legendary item that gives ability haste, and also refunds a portion of their ultimate's cooldown with enemy takedowns. Tanks that can never get enough mana will be happy
Okay.
with a new legendary item that grants bonus health based on total mana, and also burn some of it to create a shield whenever they immobilize an enemy. And finally, mages who are tired of being denied their hard-earned kills can rejoice. They'll be receiving a new legendary that grants magic pen against recently shielded enemies. As for runes, we think there are some good targeted
Okay.
changes we need to make. Most of all, we feel the Inspiration Tree's identity has been pretty unclear. We'd like to broaden its key
Yeah, and it's fucking terrible, right?
For example,
so we can
we're
fix it
reworking
here.
Glacial Augment to double down on its fantasy of slowing down enemies. We are also making some modifications to Lethal Tempo to lean into its attack speed fantasy and give it a more distinct use case in the Precision Tree. Up next are bounties. Champion bounties give teams who are behind a way to get back into the game without being a straight shot to victory. And this year, we're adding a second way for teams to try and make a comeback. Objective bounties will work like champion bounties, except you cash them in by taking map objectives, like towers or Baron. They ramp up slowly when the enemy team lead grows, and the bounty is shared with your whole team, regardless of who claimed it. Taking objectives really is the best way to come back when you're behind, so we want to help make that a clearer and more rewarding strategy. That said, if a team is really far ahead, objective bounties won't change that. Being the better team should always get you a win, so we'll be watching the new bounty system closely to keep things in check. Finally, let's talk about our biggest addition this preseason, dragons.
New dragons.
We really like how each dragon creates unique terrain, grants powerful buffs, and adds more strategy to the mid and late game. So this preseason, we're adding 2 more. Up first is the Hextech Dragon. When your team defeats it, you'll all gain additional ability haste and attack speed. If
Nice.
you claim the soul, you'll receive a chain slow that works kind of like Static Shiv's passive. When this dragon takes over the rift,
Okay, I
it creates
guess.
Hextech Gates that can transport you to set locations across the map. The second dragon joining the party is Hextech's
But
Darker
where?
Soul.
But where,
The
bro?
second
Huh?
gates that can
They don't even say
Thanks over
anything.
the rift,
Okay.
it creates Hextech gates that can transport you to set locations across the map.
That's
The
cool, I
second
guess.
dragon joining the party is Hextech's darker sibling, the Chemtech Drake.
Nice.
When
Now
you
this
slay
is
it,
cool.
your team will deal increased damage when your HP is low, letting you turn around those
Nice.
close team fights.
I like that.
This Dragon Soul provides a second chance at life. Well, sort of. When you die, you'll enter a zombie state, where you can still cast abilities and continue fighting when you'd normally be looking at a gray screen.
That's actually really good.
When the Chemtech Dragon
Cool
putrefies the map,
dragon.
it creates camouflage zones in fixed locations. These dragons
that's
might seem
cool
more
too.
impactful than the current ones, and, well, they are. Our goal is to add more unique encounters and meaningful strategy to the mid and late game.
Those are actually
That said, these are some pretty
those
big
are actually
changes.
cool.
And we're ready to adjust if they're making too much, too little of an impact. You can expect to see all of these changes on PBE in a couple of weeks, and we'll be looking for your feedback in the months ahead. Outside of preseason, something we've heard from all of you is that you'd like more ways to express
Is
yourself.
that really
in your
it?
achievements
This is
in
so
the league.
boring, bro.
Increasing your increasing mastery and legacy across a bunch of different systems, modes, and game or love.
That's just sad.
Mission to mix things up. And the answer is that bringing back old modes isn't as easy.
But they don't tell the story of your broader league legacy. The new challenges system should achieve just that. Challenges rank up over time, showcasing your increasing mastery and legacy across a bunch of different systems.
Couldn't choose another summoner spell. They also missed out on a lot of exciting plays during the laning phase because they were stuck clearing camps. Beyond that, we also heard that games started to feel a little repetitive due to the
Nice.
small number of available ultimates. And we
I mean, the dragons are cool. That's all they add in 1 year. That's whatever, I guess.